Paige, did you watch the draft lottery over the weekend?
No, I did not.
No. How did you, I mean, I'm sure you saw like the results. I know you're probably focused in on this season, but how have you just, I guess, dealt with any, I don't want to say WNBA distractions, but WNBA conversation and in terms of how how you fit into it and everything?
I think I mostly dealt with it by focusing on having great practice today. So that's about it.
What's it been like?
Guys, hello, welcome and welcome back to my channel. It was just a few days ago when the WNBA has held its mock lottery draft. And Paige Bueckers, she was the number one topic, of course. She was the number one overall draft pick, okay, because she's just that good at her current UConn University for women's basketball team, Team Huskies. Everybody knows that Dallas Wings, more than likely they will get her as their overall number one pick when it comes to the 2025 April WNBA, the official draft. And when they had asked her in an interview, I inserted it before my commentary, just looking at her body language, she does not seem pleased. Allow me to read you an article from the Mirror.us. It says, Paige Bueckers smiled when asked if she watched the WNBA draft lottery this past weekend, with the Dallas Wings winning the rights to the number one spot ahead of the Los Angeles Sparks. Bueckers is expected to be the first overall pick after her impressive return to the floor last year, continuing to impress so far this season with UConn while being the favorite to win the Naismith College Player of the Year. The dominant score-first point guard is averaging 21 points, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds with an incredible 3 steals per game, hoping to lead her school to a national championship before likely leaving for the league next year, already drawing comparisons to Caitlin Clark as a generational talent. Reports last week had suggested that Bueckers would have preferred to join the Sparks, where she could strike up an exciting partnership with Cameron Brink, who was selected with the second overall pick after Clark last year. Instead, though, it would be the Wings who looked destined to land Bueckers after they won the draft lottery on Sunday, with the WNBA organization hoping she would not return for a super senior year. When asked if she had watched the WNBA draft lottery this past weekend, Bueckers said that she did not, before stating how she's preparing for the league should she choose to declare. While smiling, she said, I think I've mostly dealt with it by focusing on having a great practice today. While Bueckers is heavily expected to be the number one overall pick next April, her departure from UConn is not seen as a foregone conclusion as many have believed. The 23-year-old missed the entire 2022 to 2023 season after suffering an ACL tear, prior to the year starting, with the school redshirting, meaning she does have an extra year of eligibility after the season. Which again, I always found that interesting because, so many people are like, she's a super senior. Okay, Paige Bueckers is 23. Most college students, when they go the whole traditional 4 years at a 4-year university, they graduate by 21, 22, right? I believe I thought the rule to play college ball or like college sports, mainly college basketball, after the age of 24, 25, you can't play. That's what I've been told, right? It says Bueckers returned to the floor last year, averaging 21 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists a game, having the opportunity to declare for the draft, but instead returning to her school for the 2024-2025 season. Despite the Wings landing the first pick, Bueckers had reportedly hoped the Sparks had potentially affecting her choice in declaring next year. According to ESPN's Michael Vopel, Bueckers had a preferred WNBA landing spot entering the draft lottery. He said, sources around the league have indicated that the Los Angeles Sparks, who got the number 2 pick in the lottery, would have been Bueckers' preferred option, of course. It says, like the Wings, the Sparks also currently don't have a head coach, but Los Angeles is a gigantic market and a team that could also have used a guard like Bueckers. Again, I would have much preferred to see Paige Bueckers go to Los Angeles Sparks over the Dallas Wings as well. And of course, she can say what she wants to say. She wants to keep it cute. She wants to keep it mute and be professional. But just that body language, the way she was looking, like her face, she kind of looked peed off, okay? She not trying to go to the Dallas Wings. Let's be real. Everybody on Twitter was clowning, saying like, Kurt Miller, this entire past WNBA 2024 season, he kept trying to tank for Paige. He was allowing the Sparks to get beat up on the court and just take L after L in order for Paige to, be drafted to the LA Sparks next season. And that whole tank for Paige obviously has not come to fruition because, girl, I guess Dallas was tanking for Paige because Dallas Wings and snatched this girl up. So more than likely, it's a high chance that she will be drafted the overall number 1 pick to the Dallas Wings. And again, she said, like, I just saw like a quote that she put out today saying like, she had so much anxiety about the lottery draft, the mock lottery draft, that she didn't even watch the draft. And a lot of people was like, she lying because like in that video, the body language, she just like, she's too upset, talking about, I just been focused on, today's practice. Like, I'm just focusing on my college basketball career right now. Next year is next year. It'll take care of itself. But right now I need to focus on getting this championship, as a super senior. But it's like, I saw a joke. It was funny on Twitter. Somebody was like, you know what, Paige, don't be so depressed about Dallas. They said it's plenty of beautiful black women in Dallas in order to keep your mind occupied. And I'm like, you know what, I ain't say it. Okay, y'all said it. Y'all said it. The internet is undefeated. Y'all are so shady. Like, shame on y'all. But again, like, Dallas is like, I've been to Dallas. Again, like, I'm stationed about 7 hour drive away from Dallas. And the only thing I can complain about Dallas is the freaking traffic. Honestly, like, every time I visit it, it's good food, good vibes. It gets cold in the wintertime. But yeah, I kind of do hate this for her. Again, I would love to see her on the LA Sparks around De'Erica Hamby, Cameron Brink, Rakia Jackson, okay, Lexi Brown. But dang, she's gonna be a Dallas Wing. They said, like, good luck with trying to get Enrique Ungumuwale to actually pass her the ball. They said, like, that's gonna be, like a clash between them. She's a point guard, and it's like, they said she's gonna be waiting for Enrique to give her that ball. Again, and also, like, when you just think about, like, the location, like, even though the LA Sparks suck, I think they actually, fare worse than the Dallas Wings when it comes to the team performance, overall wins and losses. I mean, it's LA, it's Los Angeles, California. I would much rather live in Los Angeles. And don't tell me like she can't afford it. She has NIL deal money. So maybe like when she first gets drafted as a rookie, she'll probably making like what, $64,000 per year on her WNBA salary. But I'm sure, more than sure, she's a multimillionaire by now with all her NIL deals. She's pretty much a household name in women's basketball. If you pay attention to women's basketball, you should know who Paige Bueckers is. So I'm sure she can afford the lifestyle of being in LA. Again, like, LA is LA. The music, the weather, the beaches, like, and like, I'll be out in San Diego, going to San Francisco. I'll be having California dreams, guys. Even though it's expensive out there, I'm really contemplating on possibly going to San Diego or Chicago if California don't work out. Because, Chicago is a much more it's much more affordable, city when it comes to, it's over 3 million people. Like, it has everything that, young millennials such as myself need. It has a lot of culture, music, it's a lot of entertainment, affordable housing for, as a huge, it's a world class city, Chicago. It's been rated #1 for some years now. Despite the crime, the poverty, the gang violence, Chicago is Chicago. And of course the food. But it's like, honestly, like, San Diego would be a dream. And I plan to possibly go out there for my birthday next year. And I got so many plans because I just can't wait to get out of the military. I go back to work tomorrow. I got to work 3 days in a row. No, all 3 days. I'm going to do my essays early. They're not due until next Tuesday. I'm going to do them next Monday on my day off. And also, of course, I'm going to be pumping out content for you guys. But again, I know she's been California dreaming, but it's like, I'm sorry, Paige. You're not going to LA. You're not going to be a spark. Prepare to be a wing.